Hello everyone, good morning. So today on Monday, 24th of June, we will be continuing with our project discussion. Along with that, we'll be learning many other things which comes around it. And if you people remember, we had a discussion with the client, we discussed something, we had some questions on the file, we decided that we'll be going with this data extension and others, right? So today we will be creating this data extension. And if you people remember the story, client has decided to send, client has decided to send how many emails? Four emails. So today, and what they have decided is they want to see how the emails go out and all the others. So that is the reason June, July 2nd is the launch date. But before that, they want you people to make them as the test set, and they want to see whether they really are happy with the project or not. So second it is launched. Now they want to see, are we doing the things right or wrong? All the other things is what. So that is the reason we'll be discussing all these things and we'll be moving over it. So after talking to the client, so we have decided that we'll be creating a master data extension, and probably if we have already created it, so we'll be taking care of this data, how we should import and others. Remaining things will be taken care later. So first is always data. So to simplify it, always try to bring it into three simple things. Do we have data? Okay. It's from, to, and customers. From, what is from? From is send classification. Remember this? What is from? Send classification. Is it ready? Yes, it is ready. If not, talk to the client. If it is not ready, you have to check with them. Okay. Send classification is ready. What is to? It is customers. Customers means it is stored in data extension. Okay. So what is next? Obviously, subject line and body. Subject line, pre-header, and body. These are the three components we need always to send an email. So let's assume that for today, from that is client is send classification within the tool is ready. Data extension, if it is not ready, we need to create it. If email is not ready, we need to create even that one. Okay. Having mentioned that, so let's do the basics first. Rest of the things we will be deciding later. So send classification, we assume that it is ready. Customer, nothing but your data. To or recipients will be stored in data extension. Email will have subject line, pre-header, and body. If it is not ready, we need to create it. Are we good? If everyone is good with this story, today I'll be going over that one. So you people might be knowing that you people are using this tool. So today I'll be using this tool for my learning purposes. I'll continue with the same. And for you people have to create what? Data extension, and that data extension will look like this. So we'll be creating two data extension for your information. One is known as master, the other one will be called as test. You can name anything, we'll name it as test. And from hereafter, you will not specify your name anywhere in the tool. You will be not specifying your name anywhere in the tool except Chandra Prasad. So now I will be creating two data extensions in the master. Okay, in the master. If you already have done it, that's great. If not, you people will be watching my screen. So there are a lot of folders which has been created. Just ignore it for now. I'll be creating a master folder. I have to wait it. Don't click anywhere. It is at the bottom. Master, I'll press enter. And in this folder, I'll be creating two data extensions. The first data extension will be known as master. Fields will be key, email. It will be key, first name, last name, created date, modified date, and sign up date. Now, I have asked the client, will you be providing the sign up date? They are yet deciding it, but we will be having the sign up date in place. So today we will be not creating any primary key or any field as nullable. We'll be just creating two data extensions. The first one is known as master. The second one will be called as test data extension. Okay, these are the two data extensions what I'll be creating, and that will be shared with you people. So if you want, you can do it. So master is the data extension name, and it will be having all these fields. The fields will be and I have explained you people that key will be in this format. DD, 3 characters from the month, year, and anything which is coming in email address should be. So don't we have the email? Yes, we have the email. So this is the field. Before the @ symbol. This is the logic. So these are the fields what we need to create. So first will be our data extension name, standard. You people know how to create it. So just watch the screen. Standard data extension. Master, don't worry about whether it is sendable or not for now. It is just a data extension which is non-sendable. Data retention policy will be off. Don't worry about it. We'll be discussing depending on the scenario. We'll be having the fields, key, email, first name, last name, and don't forget the basics. I have some questions, and that questions will be asked to you people now. And this question, I want it to be answered from, I'll be very specific, very clear. I want the answers from Shilpa, Rohit, Abdul, and Gautam and Harsha. So this is not for the people who are very new. This is for the people who are experienced. Anyone can pick the answers. And I want answers from you people. If you're not speaking, this is not your school. Okay. Now, if I create a data extension, okay, can I change this data type after creating the data extension? Question number 1.
No, we cannot change the data types
No, sir.
once you create it.
So Rohit is telling that you cannot change the data type. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So now be very clear. Can I have 2 fields with email address? Yes or no? Can I have
Yes.
2 fields with email address data type?
No.
Why?
Email address is only mentioned.
Okay.
Only one time it can be mentioned. So
If I create it 2 times, what will happen?
the data type will be created in 2 types. Like once you given any email address, it will be duplicated.
Okay. So I want to know all the consequences of it. Okay, all these are some of the questions which you
Yes, sir. We can create two email address.
If you want to create it, if it is created, will be not a problem, is the question. So question number 1, I'll keep it simple. Can we have 2 fields with the same data type, which is email address? Can we have 2 fields with email address data type, 2 or more?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other answers? If yes, no, what is the implications? Okay, fine. There are a couple of things which we'll not be discussing now because I'll be discussing all those things later. So I just wanted to give all these questions. Data type cannot be changed after creation. So be very clear on this one. Text 50, email address, text, text. Created date will be date. Modified date will be date. Sign up date will be date. So we are not selecting primary key. We are not selecting nullable today because we have to decide many more things based on the answers given by the client. or based on the questions what we have posted in Email Studio. If you don't create primary key or nullable, it can be changed later. But if you select primary key once, you cannot make it as nullable. Once you make it as nullable, you cannot make it as a primary key. That is the reason I'm leaving this blank today. Key, email, first name, last name, created date, modified date, sign up date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. Text field is for key, email address 254, which is of email address data type. Text for first and last name, date and date for these 3 fields. And length also, remember, if you give 50, the maximum value is 4000. And once you give 50, and if you create it, you can reduce it. After that, you cannot increase it. So today, we are creating only key, email, first name, last name, created date, modified date, and sign up date. And I'll click the button create. No primary key, no nullable field. And I want to create the replica of this data extension, which will be called as test. So I'll click on master. On the right top, you have an option called copy. I'll click on copy and I'll be naming it as test. I'll be naming it as exactly the same structure of the master, which will be used for all our different learnings. Okay. Test is for ourselves. So key, primary key, first name, last name, created date, modified date, and sign up date. This is ready. And with respect to master, so master is what we'll be using in real time. But for today, we'll be using test one. So having mentioned that we have all these information, remember that it is not sending, it is not used for testing. No is the answer. And with respect to test, also it is the same. It will have all the fields, key, email, first name, last name, created date, modified date, and sign up date. And used for sending, used for testing is still no. Can we change it? Yes, we can change it. You can make it as sendable and testable, or you can make only sendable without testable. But if you want to go with testing, it has to be sendable. It has to be sendable. With respect to send relationship, it can be key or email address. It can be key or email address because they are unique. It cannot be first name, last name, created date, modified date, or sign up date. So try to have the best practices in place. All these have to be decided after dealing with some of the questions which will be given by our client, what we have asked them on Friday. What is the subscriber key? What is the volume of data we can expect? These are some of the questions which has been questioned to the client. Let them come back and answer this. Then we will move on. So today, with respect to what we want, so we are trying to go with these things. From is ready, to data extension is ready, but not actual data. Email, is it ready? No. If it is not ready, you people have to create it. Okay? You people have to create it, as simple as that. And when you create it, you can use any of one of these sends. Test send, send flow, user initiated send, triggered send, and A/B test. Major one. If you are been asked in interviews, we'll be answering this. And along with this, you can say 2 more. One is automation send, which is nothing but 3. Journey builder send, which is nothing but your triggered send. So you always try to answer only 5. If they are not satisfied, then try to answer 2 more, which is your journey builder send and automation send. If anyone asks you in your interviews, you have to specify test send, when to use it. That's what we'll learn later. Test send, send to user initiated, triggered send, and A/B test or the send. All these are the 5 different sends. Test send, A/B test send, 3 more. Try to remember this. We'll be discussing about send flow. And if it is not ready, so today we'll be learning send flow. You people know this, but still I want to review it. Then we will learn about test send and user initiated. Okay. So together with that, we are trying to discuss on project. So as I mentioned, project will not be completed in one day. It will take time. So today we are ready with the data only, but we need to check with the client. How are we getting it? How are we getting it? Okay. Let's see what the client will say. Then we will decide the remaining things. Okay. So now we have two data extension. I'll give you the structure of this one, except this one. I'm sharing it on the chat window. That is first thing. And also, I'll be making a notes as usual, as you people know. Project and sense. And this file will be exactly saved and shared with the people in your SFMC notes. And okay, this I've shared it in the chat window. I've shared it also in the notes section. Okay, having all said this, now it's quickly to understand send flow and then user initiated and test set. Test set, we'll discuss this tomorrow also, which is very important. If I want to do a test send, obviously I need an email, right? So let me check whether I have that email or not. I'll be picking one of the emails, assuming that I have the email. I'll go to content. Everyone watch this screen. You people know the send flow. I'll just quickly iterate it. What is send flow? Send flow is a manual process of sending the email. Now, the question is, if you want to send the email, what do you need? Okay, we have discussed this, but I want to discuss it again. If you want to send an email, you need what? Obviously, you need first one is email, right? Second one is your audience. You can cover with any name. Audience, recipients, to. Third, what do you need? You need email, you need audience, you need send classification. Don't forget this basic at all. Fourth one, you need publication list. Without this, it won't. Always you need this. Email, audience, and classification, publications. Once you have decided the email, you can go. Sunil Prasad, I'll go to welcome folder. Now I have the email, any email. On the right top, you'll click on send. This is known as send flow. Manually sending an email using Email Studio Content tab, that is known as send flow. Click the button send. First screen, you have the email. Good. You have the subject line and pre-header. Good. You need to decide the send classification, which is this one or anyone. Ask your client and then decide the from name and from email address once it is decided. This is done. Email is ready. Send classification is ready. Click next. What do you need? Audience. Simple. Email is ready. Go with audience. Send classification we have decided and we have picked it. At last, you have to pick the publication list. The fifth point is date and time of sending. Date and time of. Fifth is not important, but still. So audience, you have to go to the respective folder. You'll pick your data extension. And this is the screen where you will decide the publication list. Remember this. You will decide the publication list in this screen. By default, it is all subscribers. If you have any other publication list, and if you have decided with the client or with the TL or architect, select that publication list. If not, select all subscribers. You have to select. You have to select one publication list, which is all subscribers, or any other publication list if you have created it. Which one is the default? All subscribers. And don't forget to ask the client whether you have to go with deduplicate or duplicating it. Select the checkbox. duplicates will be removed with respect to email address. If unchecked, it will be repeated. I'll click next. You have to decide the date and time of sending. So send date and time is immediate, or you can schedule it with date and time. Tracking folder is always good to be selected. Multi-part mime. There are smaller things to discuss which will be done later. Send log data, where this will be stored, what will be stored, will discuss. And for now, I'll be selecting my folder. That's what I was explaining in your welcome journey or your welcome project. It will never have anywhere your name. Okay. Select the checkbox. Everything looks good. Review it. And then this is the from name. This is the subject line. This is the pre-header. 3 things. Here is your audience, 2, and here is the publication list, 4. From name, from email address is your send classification. Publication list I've explained. Audience is your data extension, email as you know. Date and time of sending is now. So that I'll hit the button send. Send button will be activated only after this checkbox is selected. This information is correct and this email is ready to send. I am doing this from Email Studio Content tab. It cannot be sent in Content Builder. There will be no send in Content Builder. This process of sending, whatever I did now, is known as send flow. Hit the button send, wait for this message, and the email will be gone out. If someone asks you where do you track it, you have to go to tracking send and the folder what you selected at the time of tracking. That is in the sending. In this folder. This is your send flow. What is user initiated? Every day I don't want to do the same exercise. So you will create user initiated emails. It's the same thing what I did now, but with the help of a definition. What is definition? Under interactions, you have user initiated. Under interaction, you have user initiated. You will place all the components together. Email, audience, send classification, publication list. All of them will be placed together and it will be saved, which is known as user initiated. Okay, which will be used in Automation Studio later. So now I'll be creating a user initiated click. I'll take the mouse away. I'll just have to do exactly the same thing what I did in previous steps, like selecting the content. I'll go to Content Builder, my folder, scroll down slowly to welcome folder and be selecting welcome email 2. So this is the from name. This is the pre-header, sorry, subject line and pre-header. So email is selected. I need to select the send classification. Okay, 2 things done. I have to select the recipients or audience. Before doing this, you have to name this. I'll call this one as Chandra UIE June 24th. Why? UIE stands for user initiated email. User initiated email. As the name says, it will be initiated by the user, but it will be having all the information tied together in one place so that it will be easy for us to click and send. Whenever you wish to send it, you click the button, send it. It will be sent this email to the audience which you selected. When you are creating user initiated, remember there will be 2 save buttons. First save button is for recipients. Now you have to decide your audience. Don't forget the basic fundamentals. Email is done, audience is what we are picking, send classification is done. So to pick the audience, you have to click this hyperlink, wait for the screen to load, take the mouse away, click and wait in SFMC. Don't forget that. Click and wait. Now it's time to select the recipients. We have not discussed about suppression list and all the others which we will be doing later. Let's do the basics first. So you have to go to data extension. You have to pick your data extension, but not anymore. You have to pick the folder which you want. And this data extension will be moved to target. And now you have to select the publication list. All subscribers, or it will be any other publication list if you have created. I'll go with this. Now this looks good. SFMC training is the publication list. Master underscore Chandra is your data extension which is targeted. I'll click the button save, take the mouse away. This is first save. You will have 2 saves in user initiated. Now this is the name. This is the name to recognize in the tool. This is the email name with subject line and creator selected. This is the send classification selected, and you can see enable send logging selected. Target data extension is master, and it will be going with SFMC training, which is our publication list. Then hit the button. Don't forget to select your tracking folder, and then hit the button save. Take the mouse away. This is the second save button in user initiated email. Now it is simple. Select the checkbox, hit the button send whenever you want to send it. Whenever you want to send it. And this user initiated will be used in Automation Studio in future. Okay, user initiated once created will be used in Automation Studio in future. User initiated is creating and saving it, and whenever you wish to send it, select it and send it. What will happen? It will send the email which you have selected to the DE, which has been saved in this user initiated configuration or definition. Okay, at last, test send. Test send is simple. You have to just go to your content and you'll be doing a preview. Test send we will be discussing in detail tomorrow, because that is very, very important exercise. Actually, it should be done before sending your emails. Okay, so now we have data. Now we know the email. We need to test it actually before sending. But still, we learn 2 things, which is known as send flow and user initiated. You might be wondering, can we do this? Yes, you just go to user initiated, go to your folder, if you have the folder, select whichever one you want to send it, and hit the button send. You'll be getting one last screen. What is that? Do you want to send it now or on different? What is the message? Email sent to data extension. Type welcome to Chandra. This is the subject line pre-header. Audience is Master Chandra using SFMC training publication list. Send classification uses SFMC. This is the sender profile. This is the default profile and multi-part email. All this information is saved. I have to just select when I want to do it and hit the button. That's it. That is user initiated send. Hit the send and take the mouse away. The send will begin. So where do you want to check it? You have to go to your tracking sends, because I have selected the folder. And what you should be able to see is it should be completed or it should be in progress. It will show scheduled, but it will change it to progress, and then it will be completed or it will be errored. You can do it by changing the folder. So in real world implementation, you will not see your name anywhere. It will be all based on camping or the project what the people are working on. Okay, I wish you people can watch this video and keep moving, but I'll keep this forum open for the next 20 minutes to discuss. If anyone has any question to discuss, we keep this open for your project discussion. If you have questions around it, if you not, please come from there. Thank you very much. This week is very important. Ensure that you people are watching all the videos and doing it.